Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a bright young boy named Arjun. He was full of big dreams and even bigger ambitions. He wanted to be successful, respected, and to truly make a difference in the world. But Arjun had a problem: he was always searching for shortcuts. He'd dive into new things with a burst of excitement, whether it was reading books, learning a new skill, or starting an exercise routine. But like clockwork, after just a few days, his motivation would vanish. He craved big, fast results, and when they didn't magically appear, he would simply give up. Feeling stuck and frustrated, Arjun decided to seek the wisdom of the village's old monk, a man renowned for guiding lost souls. "Master," Arjun began, his voice heavy with disappointment, "I feel like I'm working so hard, but my life isn't changing. Why do I feel so stuck?" The old man listened patiently, a gentle smile playing on his lips. He then handed Arjun a small, empty pot and a handful of seeds. "Plant one seed in this pot every single day," he instructed. "Water it daily. Then, come back to see me after 1 month." Arjun was puzzled by the strange task, but he respected the old man's wisdom and agreed to do as he was told. For the first few days, Arjun felt a familiar surge of excitement. He carefully planted a seed, watered the pot, and waited with anticipation. But by the third day, restlessness began to creep in. "Nothing is happening," he muttered to himself, his old habits of impatience resurfacing. Still he remembered the old man's words and forced himself to keep going. Days slowly bled into weeks. Every single day, Arjun watered the pot, even though the soil remained bare. There was no sign of life, no hint of a plant. The thought of quitting crossed his mind countless times. "What's the point of this? I'm just wasting my time," he'd think, staring at the empty pot. But deep down, a quiet, persistent voice urged him to continue. Then, on the 15th day, something incredible happened. As Arjun poured water into the pot, his eyes caught a flash of green. He leaned in closer and saw a tiny, delicate sprout pushing its way through the soil. His heart leaped with joy. "It's so small," he thought, a wide grin spreading across his face. "But it's really growing." That little sprout was all the motivation he needed. It became his reason to keep going. He started watering the pot, not as a chore, but with a sense of purpose. By the third week, the sprout had grown into a small plant. It still looked weak and fragile, but Arjun felt an immense sense of pride. He found himself waking up early just to tend to it, making sure it was shielded from harsh winds and got just the right amount of sunlight. As he cared for the plant, Arjun started to notice that something else was changing to himself. The daily ritual was transforming him. He was becoming more patient, more disciplined. He was learning the art of consistency without even realizing it. After 1 month had passed, the plant stood strong and healthy, its leaves green and vibrant. Arjun proudly carried the pot back to the old man. "Look, master," he said with a beaming smile, "it finally grew." The old man nodded, his eyes twinkling. He then asked gently, "And what about you, Arjun? Did you grow too?" Arjun was taken aback. "Me?" he asked, confused. "Yes, you," the wise man replied. "Before, you wanted big, dramatic changes to happen in a single day. But this little plant, it taught you that real growth takes time. You didn't stop watering it, even when it felt like nothing was happening. That is consistency, and that, my boy, is the real secret to success." Arjun's eyes filled with tears of understanding. It all finally clicked. He hadn't just been growing a plant, he had been cultivating a new version of himself. From that day forward, Arjun's entire approach to life shifted. He stopped chasing shortcuts and started embracing the power of small, daily actions. Instead of trying to read a whole book in one sitting, he read just 10 pages every day. Instead of attempting a grueling 2-hour workout, he exercised for a manageable 15 minutes. He practiced his writing for 30 minutes without fail, day in and day out. He stopped obsessively looking for immediate results and focused all his energy on just one thing: being consistent. Months rolled by, and the cumulative effect of his daily habits was astounding. Arjun became more knowledgeable, physically stronger, and remarkably more skilled. The people in his village couldn't help but notice the profound change. The boy who was once known for giving up on everything had transformed into one of the most disciplined and successful young men in the entire village. One afternoon, a younger boy approached him, his eyes wide with admiration. "Arjun," he asked, "how can I be successful like you?" Arjun smiled, the memory of the old monk and the tiny seed fresh in his mind. He knelt down to the boy's level and said, "It's simple. Take small steps every single day. Be patient with yourself. And most importantly, be consistent. Remember, even the tallest, most magnificent tree begins its journey as a tiny, humble seed." My friends, this story holds a universal truth. Life doesn't change overnight. The big results we all dream of are not the product of one grand gesture, but the sum of countless small, daily actions, stacked one on top of the other. So many people fail, not because they lack talent or ambition, but because they quit too soon. They give up right before the magic happens. Consistency might seem boring at first. It might not feel exciting, but it is, without a doubt, the single most powerful tool for transformation you possess. So whatever your goal is, don't get discouraged if you don't see results right away. Just show up, do the work, and trust the process. Your little sprout is growing, even when you can't see it yet. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it today.